Prominently situated above the western hills of Jerusalem in the modern part of the city, we welcome you today to the Israel Museum, which features the largest cultural institution in Jerusalem and the famous Jerusalem model that will transport you to the biblical city of Jerusalem during the Second Temple period and the days of Jesus. It was over this very city that Jesus wept, crying out, "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how often I wanted to gather you together under my wings as a hen gathers her chicks, but you were unwilling." The modern state of Israel features thousands of archaeological sites all over the land, mostly proving biblical history, and the Israel Museum displays many of these treasures. In this amazing complex, you will also find the famous model of Jerusalem during the Second Temple era and the days of Herod and Jesus, right next to the Shrine of the Book, where the Dead Sea Scrolls are on display. The giant model of Jerusalem shows the city with a high degree of accuracy, with the streets, the building, the topography, the layout, the landscapes, and the glorious temple in the middle of the city. This was true to the appearance of the city as described in the pages of our Bibles. A little larger than the walled city of Jerusalem today, both Josephus and the Jewish rabbis praised the beauty of the temple complex and all of its surrounding buildings as one of the wonders of the world. Next to the model of Jerusalem, you will find the Shrine of the Book, shaped as one of the clay jars where the Dead Sea Scrolls were hidden from sight for 2,000 years, where you will discover an incredible treasure. Found by a shepherd boy who was looking for a lost goat in a cave while tending his flocks in the Judean wilderness, researchers discovered over 900 distinct leather scrolls sealed in clay jars in deep caves as the remains of the remote desert Essene community by the western shores of the Dead Sea. These scrolls were most probably the extensive library of these Jewish mystics, containing biblical texts from all the books of the Old Testament, plus writings pertaining to their lifestyle and epic end-of-the-world expectations and the struggle between good and evil. These records give us excellent insight into the particular socio-economical conditions in the land of Israel during the days of Jesus and the Great Revolt against Rome, a society that was identical to the first century grassroots Christianity we read about in the book of Acts. The biblical texts found in these ancient jars are the oldest known texts of the Old Testament, predating by 1,000 years the oldest biblical text known up to that time, including the complete book of the prophet Isaiah, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt the authenticity of our biblical texts. Amazingly, the Dead Sea Scrolls were found and then identified by Jewish experts on November the 29th, 1947, the very day the United Nations made its historic resolution to form the State of Israel. Past, present, and future, visiting the Israel Museum today is a blessing to everyone who loves the truth of God's Word. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch the full version of this video or learn more about the site, click below.